Tour of the hometown, starting at 200 North, 100 East Springville. We're gonna go check out some of these telephone poles, and now that you know what we're looking at, you'll be able to see it too. So, away we go. So here's some nice fresh phone poles, or at least one fresh one by a regular one. And as we go toward the mountain, I'm going to start to point out how they get darker and darker with that one line stripe across the front as soon as we get past the sheriff's house up here. Don't want him thinking I'm trying to do... actually, we need to stop right here at the sheriff's house to show you how dark this one is. Right there behind the sign and just below the metal box is the darkest. And all of these, you'll see the dark stripe is along the front. I'll pull over closer to them as we go down the road. Here's the first one. You'll notice this dark stripe up the front, and it also happens to follow a crack in the wood. Further I go up, the less lighting we have, the less focus there is. But I'll give you a shot. As we go down the road and toward the mountain, toward this mountain, it seems that they get worse and worse. This one, you'll notice the uneven burning pattern at the bottom and the top. I'll come back and get some close-ups of this one on the way out because I think there might be some burning on the backside due to that electrical box in the background. But you can see as the color discoloration goes up unevenly, those are burn patterns. Wait for it. Best is yet to come. This one, as I approach, you'll be able to see the colored stripe on the front is only on the front. Oh, let me pull over here. And as we get further closer to the mountain, you'll be able to see that colored stripe turns from a golden brown into a burn. This one being a prime example. Completely white on the bottom below the electrical box, completely black above, and even darker black right on the front where that wire runs. So you'll notice wherever there's wires or metal, it increases the conductivity of the ionized atmosphere and the plasma, solar plasma radiation. And that's why those black speckles are the same burn, sizzle coming through. I'm gonna go get some more close-ups on the way back, but I just wanted to show you all the poles as we get closer to the mountain. The speckles at the bottom, I guess I don't really need to point it out too much anymore because it's kind of redundant after a while. But up here you'll notice where the brackets bolt the wires on right there, there's a darker spot. Again, because metal is a conductive in a microwave, and this whole place was turned into a microwave. And that's why all the poles look like this. Again, I'll come back and get some close-ups, and we'll see how the knots are darker than everything else. That lady back there didn't like it. I just told her I was filming the poles, and she says, okay. You know, like, it's cognitive dissonance. Half of them can see something happened here, but they don't want to know what. You know what I mean? So subconsciously and consciously, there's a difference there. Like, consciously, they don't know what happened, and they don't want to know. But subconsciously, they know it's something that blows their whole paradigm, and that's why they don't want to know. They want you to go away so they can continue living the life I kind of like my life, and I don't want it to change. Go away. Shut up. Nothing to see here. But anyway, so yeah, it's all, this one stops the burn right about there, halfway up. But as it gets lower and lower, we'll get some closers as we come back. So I think what we're seeing is a combination between the radiant, ambient, ionized atmosphere with all the microwave energy, as James Grundtvig describes, the static electricity in everyone's hair prior to the Paradise Fire, combined with the fact that the underground cables are in the road, so all the burn on the fence posts and the poles are always on the road side, is where this strip is, because there's the ambient energized air, and the pole brings it up from the ground in an increased rate, plus any wires or metal on the pole make an extra burn, so it's all going up the middle, but it draws to this side because the wires going underground are always on the road side. Again, look at the bottom of that post, and we recognize that from Park City, Provo, and the next stop, Heber Airport. That's right, Heber Airport. Notice on this one, unburnt on this side, that's why I stopped a little early, so you could see that it's only burnt on a stripe in the center on the road side. On the road side of the pole, not on the front or back or the sidewalk side, but only on the road side, which means the dooski. We'll go get some close-ups on my way back again. Go up the road and notice they're getting worse. As you get closer to the mountain, the burn pattern seems to get worse. And again, it follows a darker stripe right there where the cable runs down the front, and there's a couple darker spots where either a knot or a bolt. Both for the same reason, because there's a denser material right there, so the knot or the bolt increases the conductivity. And as we pull away, you'll see it's not blackened on the backside. I'll show you from the backside. We pull away and try not to hit this car doing it. I'll get you some close-ups. Let's go check out this other one. They get worse and worse as we get closer to the mountain. Check this one out. Now that we know what we're looking at, it's not hard to see. But until you know what you're looking at, you don't even notice. You see some guy taking video of the phone poles and you think, what the hell's he doing? Must be perv or something. No, man. Let's not yada 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 the end of the world, okay? When God shows up and you say, hey God, how's it going? Yeah, you know, 9/11 happened, yada yada yada, and here you are. He's not gonna be happy. You're here as a witness to observe and report. And this stuff is not hard to observe once it's broken the cognitive dissonance, normalcy bias, which is part of our coping mechanism. Because this is right here in my own hometown, and the other one I showed you today from Park City, I passed that one by probably 10 or 20 times before I noticed it yesterday. So even I, with the trained eye that I have, can have it sitting right here in my own neighborhood and not see it. But there it is. Plain as day. We'll get some more close-ups. So this one's got the stripe along the front. And the uneven burn patterns as it goes up. This one's actually not as graphic as the last one, so we'll move on to the next. But once you learn to see the signatures, you can see the subtle signatures. That's why I wouldn't even bother showing you these if I hadn't already showed you the drastic signatures. There you go. There's that stripe along the front that follows the line of the cable going up the front. Or it could be just drawn to this side because it goes up the center of the entire log and is drawn to this side because of the fact that the underground cables are in the road, and thus there is more of this. There's a halo of radiation, radiating bands of radiation surrounding those underground cables during the times when they have the atmosphere all lit up with the ionized energy. And so it goes from the ground, because there's a whole lot in the ground, and it goes right up the pole, and then it gets drawn this way towards us. So it's always in a stripe going up the pole on the road side, whether or not there's even a cable there. This one has a very clear straight line going straight up the pole. Move forward a little bit so you can see it for yourself. That's not just a shadow. I'm even going to back up a little bit so as you can see it. That's not a shadow, that line. It's not a square pole, it's a round pole. And that line that you see right there going straight up the front, burned on the right, unburned on the left. In fact, I'll even hop out and give you the close-up of this one, because it almost does appear as if it's an optical illusion. So I'm gonna run over there, even though I got a little bit of a low battery. Hopefully it'll deal with me. Yeah. So what I'm seeing is a straight line right here. Black on this side, unburned on that side. And it goes all the way up the pole. And especially like right, see if you can get this, the lighting's kind of odd right now. Ooh, there we go, we might be able to. Just to the right of that crack is a straight up black streak right there. I don't know if you can see it due to the lighting and whatnot, but just to the right of the top of the crack, there it is. Maybe, kind of, sort of. I'm going to back out and give you a different shot. Again, that's not just a shadow. That's why you come over to this side and it disappears. It's because the sun's straight to the left right now, so it kind of appears as a shadow. It would be a lot more easy to determine. But the black here compared to the brown next to it is pretty distinguishable. This one, hold on. Again, I don't know how well this is coming out. I might have to just erase this video and come back around noon when the light is more cooperative. But then again, sometimes I'm fooled. Sometimes it doesn't look like the focus is coming through or the lighting is right, and then on the playback it comes through just fine. My point is, the white wood here, the black wood there, it's the same signature we see all over in a milder form. Again, the ambient radiant atmospheric energy. And that's what I should be doing. It's showing you the backside. See, the backside of all these look like a phone pole is supposed to look, even with the wire running right here. And they all look like that on the backside. And they all look like that on the front side. Like half barbecued. See what I'm saying? That is solar plasma being allowed into the atmosphere by cracking the magnetic field and allowing solar radiation to enter the atmosphere. And once the atmosphere is ionized and charged, you can direct it using fiber optic lasers like the Athena directed energy laser weapon, which also happen to use the underground fiber optic lasers, or I'm sorry, the underground fiber optic cable as an antenna and a conduit. So you vote sunburn. He votes sunburn. I don't know, man. Here, check this one out with me. I don't know if it's sunburn or not. Look at this one. Notice how much more sunburnt it is on the front than the back.
Oh, you're right. That's not sunburn.
That can't be sunburn, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's a stripe goes straight up the front.
Some kind of burn cake.
What's that? I don't know. So anyway, this one's got high, you can see the straight line right here. I should even turn on my light if I can. Battery low, no can-do'sville. So I'm gonna have to point it out. The straight line is right there. And the back is, it's like a hot dog, comes out nice and golden brown. And you notice the straight line right here in line with the pole. And I should charge my battery and come back when the light is straight up, because this lighting just isn't right. He didn't want to be on my video. He probably felt pretty foolish saying it's sunburn, right? It's on this side because of the sunburn? Yeah, whatever, man. Your mind plays tricks on you and wants to explain it. It's called cognitive dissonance and normalcy bias. Yeah, that's just normal, man. It's just sunburn. Yep, that's all. It's just a little sunburnt. Hey, come here, man. You look at this again. Tell me sunburn. Say it again. Say it in the camera. Oh, no, never mind. You're right. That's not sunburn. Oh, okay. I don't know what it is, man. I do know what it is, but I didn't want to force him, you know? That's why I asked the other guy earlier today. You know what did that? No. Would you like to? I'm busy. Okay. I don't want to force you. But this one definitely shows the sign because of this line. Right there. So, no doubt. 100%. Unburn here. Burn here. Straight line. Even if it's liquid coming down, well, it's just not, okay? You see those patterns? If you've watched enough of my videos, you know it's not. If this is the first one you're watching, then you'll say stuff like sunburn. Okay, let's get at it. All right, before I go, it looks like we've saved the best for last. 8th East, 200 North, Springville. Let's go check this one out. Yeah. Boom. Straight up sunburned. We need to call Springville, tell them to turn the solar simulator down. They are cooking these suckers. But yeah, there's a wire running up the front, but on the other ones, maybe on this one, there's a wire running up the back too. And so it's not necessarily the wire. It's the fact that all the underground cable is laid in the roadside, not the sidewalk side. That's why the other one I showed you 2 minutes ago has got a wire running up the back, but it's still nice, fresh wood. And this one's got the burn line right about there. All right. The one next to the Heber Airport is so much cooler, I'm going to try and get there in time. If not, I might erase all these videos and wait for better lighting. This one actually looks like it's coming through good. You can see that, right? You can see the difference between the right and the left side of that pole, right? And the line's going straight up the middle. Am I taking crazy pills? Who is that? That's one of the Breitbart guys says that all the time. Or am I taking crazy pills? Is it golden brown on one side? Is it time to turn that log and golden brown it on the other side, or am I taking crazy pills? It's definitely time to turn it. Yeah. No, unfortunately, I am not taking crazy pills. And these burn signatures do seem to get more specific and intense as we go closer to the mountain. Whatever that means, you'd have to ask Ilana Freeland. I'm just the guy gonna go show you the signature down here on the pole. Notice the unburned ring around that knot? Again, I've described those and how it ends up that way. We're not quite. I think right there is probably the best shot on this one. If I can hold it still enough. That's not a shadow on the right, it's burnt. On the left, it's not. I'll walk around the backside so as you can see. Those are burn patches right there on the front. And they do not continue around the backside. Definitely save the best for last, because these ones are covered in it all the way up. And I'll probably be able to spot this pattern on those cross braces up there that I spotted on some others. But we'll go get some close-ups in a moment when my battery charges. But I want to show you the difference between that one and this one. This one hasn't been hit, or at least not as hard. The knots might be a little bit dark, but that one is completely charred. So let's check this out. This one, I say it might have been hit a little because it might have been hit a little. It looks a little darker around the base, and that's how they get. But it's nothing. Get around this side where you can see it. Look at that. Now look at those. And of course my battery went dark again. Come on the power pole then.
For what purpose?
Is it a problem?
Well, yeah, you were in my yard.
Oh, I apologize.
Don't do it again.
Oh. Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that.
Don't start with me, buddy.
Oh, okay. As you can see, people take real offense. Guaranteed, he don't even know why he got the impulse to come out and jump my shit. But you see that one up there on the mountain? That's right up above my house. So you'll see that one real soon. The lighting's gone down, but I'm sure you can still see. Yeah, he came out here and decided he wanted to scream and yell at me and start a fight because I was on his lawn. Watch. Like that. Here, we got evidence of the crime right there, pal. Right there. I'll even give you the video evidence if you want. He's calling the cops right now. He's gonna go let him have it. Some people have nothing better in their life, and so because they have no satisfaction, they want to prevent others from doing what they want to do, getting what they want to get, having what they want to have. And since they can't have what they have, it's called existential envy.